about that.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Rick Bayless from Mexico, one plate at a time. You're watching Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. Nude Hippo? What does that mean?
Hey, welcome to Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. This is another episode of Nude Hippo Remix. And we're here at JBTV, the studios. See, look at JBTV. He's going to be on at 8 o'clock, but right now, let's enjoy some of our show right after this intro. Let's do the intro.
I don't want to see the same crap over and over.
Andy Martello takes us on a tour at the Elis Cheesecake Factory.
All right, we're here with Peggy Meyer of Elis Cheesecake fame. Here at the Hippo, many people wonder about the influence this show has. We're being given a special, this is an exclusive, you won't get this anywhere else. No other tour has this. Peggy, tell us where we are.
We're in the mixing room of Elis Cheesecake World, and we're seeing the raw ingredients put together in 500-pound batches and prepared for mixing in our mixers and then depositing in our pre-baked crusts that were baked the night before.
Can I lick the bowl?
Absolutely no licking the bowl or no licking the beaters while you're at Elis.
You know, you're a lot like my own mother.
This is the production area where we fill the cheesecake crust that was baked the night before by our crust people that work during the middle of the night. That's our half shift that comes in during the middle of the night.
Those are the blurry-eyed folks. Okay.
Right.
Now, I notice it's a lot hotter in here. It's in comparison to the previous room. Is that because, are you baking in here as well?
Yes. We have a 75-foot long, 12-foot wide tunnel oven that covers that whole back wall. 2,000 to 3,000 cakes at a time can go in that oven.
Okay, Peggy, you're telling me we are standing in front of, this is where the magic really happens. This is the big oven.
The big oven accommodates 2,000 to 3,000 cakes at a time. They bake between 350 degrees and 400 degrees, and they will bake 35 minutes to an hour depending on the size of the cake. We make a 6 to a 10-inch cake here at Elis.
Where do we go from here?
From here, we're going to follow the cakes onto the spiral cooling rack, which is custom-made piece of equipment for us. The cakes go on there for 2 hours. Enter from the bottom, spiral to the top, and they cool down from 140 degrees down to a 90-degree temperature where they can be depanned and gotten ready to go in the freezer. This is an item that you won't see anywhere else.
Have you ever been on this end of the line?
No, I worked on decorating for 2 days.
Have you ever had to report anybody for doing the, like, kind of a Lucy and Ethel thing where the conveyor belt starts moving quickly and these women are just shoving cake into their mouth?
No, we're not allowed to shove cake into our mouths here at all.
You know, Peggy, you're really not adding as much fun to this as I thought. I thought we'd get some real skinny on this. It turns out this is just a very well-run business. I hate to hear that. I wanted to find some dirt. Yeah, we actually bypassed the freezer because A, it's too cold, and B, we're all Chicagoans here. We know exactly what it's like. But how long do the cakes stay in the freezer?
8 to 10 hours or overnight till they're frozen solid at 25 below.
And where do they go from there?
From there, they're brought back out here to the decorating department for final decorating, and then they're packaged, labeled, and shipped out.
We are now in, this is where the serious magic happens. Research and development. We're coming up with fantastic folks. Now, what were the names of the folks we're seeing right now?
Juanita and Lutz.
Do you mind if I ask you a question? Lutz, where do you come up with ideas for new cheesecakes?
I sleep, I eat, and I dream cheesecake, day and night.
I noticed there are a lot of health nuts out there. They like all natural products. Have you considered maybe a loofah sponge, Chunka Loofah Crunch as a new cake?
We haven't, but I mean, it's. I'm gonna put it in the big box, okay?
And maybe aloe vera. If you burn yourself, you can just eat cheesecake.
Well, aloe vera, I don't know. I don't know. I have to explore and really find out if aloe vera is a flavor base. If it was a flavor base and it would do something magical to the cheesecake, obviously the sky is the limit. Tequila, okay?
I like the way this man thinks. Tequila cheesecake.
Well, you see, tequila, okay, that comes right from the aloe vera, you know, from the cactus, okay? So there we are. You know, we're using another form and way of incorporating the cacti, okay, into the cheesecake. And using the booze.
Look for tequila cheesecake at a store near you. We're in the lobby of Elis Cheesecake World with the president of Elis, Mark Schulman, and thank you very much. We're looking at this mural here, and I see you've got quite an array of people up here. Let's start over here. I trust this is the man. This is Eli, your father.
Absolutely, and it's great every day to come to work and see Eli, watching on over us. It's a very special mural because it shows his watch, very beautiful watch from Cartier that was a gift from Frank and Barbara Sinatra. Came to my dad in 1987 with no card, but on the bottom it says, "To Eli with our love, the Sinatras." And they loved to come to Eli's when they were in Chicago. The tie was my dad's love of the races, and actually this year we're doing the 75th anniversary cake for Arlington Park. So, and Eli's in a mixing bowl, as a great baker should be. So we're happy he's here.
And, of course, the watch and the tie are available on eBay right at this very moment. Moving down, Jay Leno here. Did he come visit the factory?
Yes, Jay Leno came right before we moved to this facility. And they were in Chicago doing the Tonight Show in Rosemont. They came over for a day. And you know that I Love Lucy routine where you're on the line, it's going too fast. Well, it happened to him, and then he had a stand-in whose face went right in the pie. So,
because if you put Jay's face in a cheesecake, you need a bigger cake.
Absolutely.
Well, tell you what, why don't you, for the vast Hippo audience, tell us where they can come, where they can get Elis Cheesecake, hours of operation. Let us know. Let's hear the goods.
I think you always go to our website, www.elicheesecake.com, so you could send a cheesecake, get a cheesecake sent to you. You can call us 773-736-3417 to get information. We're located at 6701 West Forest Preserve Drive. That's Montrose and Forest Preserve Drive on the northwest side of the city. We're open 7 days a week. So we have great ideas if you have like a birthday party or a family gathering to come out here and have a lot of fun with our associates and in our bakery.
Well, that's fantastic. And if we just took the tour, it is an amazing facility. It is well worth the time and effort to come on down. It's a great institution. Mark, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Chicago. Joni Lum here at... Wait, sorry. Hi, it's me, Mike Toomey, and I'm at my friend Bill Leff's house, loaded with toys. We're going to be talking to Bill in just a minute.
Ramona Roberts watches some grapes at Monastero's for a winemaking contest right here on Nude Hippo, your Chicago show.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ramona Roberts. We're out in front of Monastero's, and we are about to go in and crush some grapes. We're out here at the winemaking festival, and we're going to go inside now. Come on.
Time to tell you a little bit about the contest itself. What we do is we have 4 half barrels up front that we fill with no less than 70 pounds of grapes. And we have 2 different kinds of grapes. Somebody was just asking, what are they putting in there? Yep. We've got the first kind they brought out were these smaller, dark Zinfandel grapes. And they are mixed together with a combination of the larger, sweeter, green Muscatel grape. And it makes a nice, delicious, tasting wine. You are not drinking it tonight, don't worry. So anyway, these barrels are filled up with grapes. And we have 4 beautiful young ladies that we're going to bring up in just front of us. And they're going to stomp the grapes, and when they do, the juice they make comes out the spigot. See the spigot? And then from the spigot it goes into a funnel and into this 1-liter container. And of course, the winner of the contest is the first to fill the 1 liter with juice, and it has to go all the way up to the top. And third contestant comes to us from the northwest side of Chicago, and she's affiliated with a television show of her own. As a matter of fact, they're here with us as well. It's called the Big Fat Nude Hippo Show. Everybody's seen this before. It airs on Thursday nights. Please welcome Ramona Roberts. I don't believe you. So Thursday nights we're going to watch a broadcast of you stomping, right? Yeah. Okay, one of these Thursday nights. Good luck to you. Thank you for your show coming out. Wait. Good luck. Thank you. Did everybody notice these T-shirts? By the way, everybody has a T-shirt. Show her. It says, "I crush grapes at Monastero's." That's kind of with the booties they get that. Isn't that nice? Has everybody picked their favorite here? Are we ready? Everybody? Okay. So we're going to ask Mandy to give us a stained D-chord or something. And we're going to all say it, cheering them on. 1, 2, crush!
Oh, fun, good fun.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was my producer.
The producer.
It was good fun.
Yeah.
It was a good stiff competition. We were good sports. I couldn't believe I came in second.
Winning isn't everything.
That's okay. Well,
that's right.
No, being queen is. No, but it was really fun.
So
I couldn't believe how out of breath I got.
Oh, I know. How about your arms?
My arms got a little tired. I think I was just trying not to slip so much. A few times I felt like I was
You were
just
moving
swinging
around there. I was just hanging
moving.
in one spot. I said, I'm not moving. Forget that.
I told you that beforehand, but I was just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I wore my little
I thought that was an honest tip.
Oh, you can't ever listen to the competition, Mona. Come on.
Competition?
Are you ever going to do this again?
No.
Yeah.
Never. Don't worry about me.
Well,
it's nice meeting you.
Next year, I'm coming back and I'm taking over.
Oh, you
I'm
are.
going to be the queen. Watch out, Chrissy. I'm coming to take it next year. Oh! All right, thank you. It was fun.
Chrissy, winner?
Yes.
How does it feel?
Feels good. Feels good to have the money.
Now, what are you going to do with the money for real?
I'm really going shopping. Don't tell my dad.
Who's sitting right over there?
Right over there.
So that was a lot of hard work.
Yes,
congratulations.
it was fun. Thank you. Congratulations to you, too.
Thank you.
Got
I'm
up
going to
there
have a
with
drink
sport.
tonight.
Yes.
Definitely.
I went at the bar later. I'll buy you a drink.
It's on me.
All
Pick.
right.
There's more to come right here on Nude Hippo, your Chicago show. Stick around.
Okay, I'm Anna DeVlantis of NBC. That's me in high school, and my punky friend, oh, there she is over there, Allison. That's my best friend from high school. You're watching the Nude Hippo show, your Chicago show.
We sent our very own Mike Toomey to check out Bill Leff's toys, and he has lots of them. This is like lots.
Hi, we're at Bill Leff's house. We just came over to visit Bill and see his extensive collection of toys, which is really cool. And Bill apparently wasn't quite as ready for us as some of us may have thought. What's up, man? We just came to check it out, right? I mean, we just wanted to look at the stuff.
I don't know if you want to roll through this. I'm just not happy with the situation. I'm uncomfortable. Is there any way you could turn that off, Tim?
What's up? I mean, you knew we were going to come, right? You knew that was happening.
I knew that there'd be a film crew here, but the emails, I'll show you the emails, they all said that this was for MTV Cribs, and you guys are not MTV Cribs. And I feel swindled. I feel, I'll still do this. I want to do this. I mean, you guys are here and stuff.
We don't have to. I mean, I really didn't know about it either.
I'll come off looking difficult. I don't want to look difficult. I heard MTV Cribs. They said that Bono was going to come and take a look at the toys. And I mean, no disrespect. You're not Bono. I mean, I'm glad you're here. We're friends, but you're not Bono. And this isn't MTV. I mean, there's neighbor kids here because they wanted to meet J.J. Jackson. I just think if you're going to represent yourselves as something, I mean, Chicago Cable's, it's great, but it's not MTV.
I'll be honest, I'm a little swindled too. The only reason I'm here, well, I thought Jimmy J.J. Walker was going to be here. No.
Why would I have him at my house?
And he wouldn't even do the dynamite if he did.
No. Listen, I'll do it. You won't even see on camera. It'll look like, I'm thrilled to be on the Nude Hippo show, but It's not MTV Cribs. It's all, so we can do it. We'll do it.
Sure, you're okay with it?
No, let's do
All right. All right. Well, now let's take a look. Where should we go first? Why don't you direct us?
In the room right now, there's over 4,600 toys and action figures, and I want to show you every one. Every one has a story. So let's do you have time to hit all 4,600?
In alphabetical order, I would like you to name them.
Where are the A's? You tell me, what interests you? Where do you want to start?
Well, I wanted to look at the Funny Face Kool-Aid envelopes, because those aren't like remakes of the old ones. Those look like
originals.
Where'd they come from?
Here's what happened. Back in the 60s and 70s, as you know, they made a drink mix called Funny Face. And there were a bunch of flavors. Each flavor had a personality. Here you have, these are the original packets. It's Freckle Face Strawberry, Loudmouth Lime, Goofy Grape, Jolly Ollie Orange, Lefty Lemon, Rootin' Tootin' Raspberry. And there were others. And, it was kind of just a fun way to drink sugar. Here, this is a cool thing. Marx Toys made these. Marx Toys is no longer in business, but back then they made the presidents. Every time there was an election year, they made the presidents. You'd buy them a couple at a time. And I'll show you my favorite one. I don't know if you can see, but do you see Roosevelt up right over there? He's the one with the cape. He's right next to Truman and Herbert Hoover. He's right between them. I liked him because he had the cape, and as a kid, I pretended that he was the only president that could fly, that all the other presidents were envious of Roosevelt because he had the ability to fly. The original Captain Action figure I have here in the case. As you can see, he looks a lot like Robert Vaughn, which kids of the 60s and 70s loved Robert Vaughn. So if a toy company could capitalize on Robert Vaughn, they did. I don't have the Green Hornet up there. I have him in the case. They made Green Hornet, but he was like next to impossible to get. I don't have him in the box. I have him loose, but I'm okay with that. In the box, he goes for about $8,000 or $9,000. So.
Don't we all?
I don't know if the Nude Hippo show has a lot of viewers in Singapore. I'm guessing they do. This is Pepsi, as you Singaporeans know, in Singaporean. And then on the other side, you have a DC superhero. And they did most of the major ones, Batman, Superman, Firestorm, who's not that big here in the States, but in Singapore, he's through the roof.
I had that guy. I want to tell you, I had that toy when I was a little kid.
Which one did you have?
Yeah, the guy with the exposed brain. Here's the other thing I remember.
What's that?
The Crazy Foam.
Oh, Crazy Foam's great. You see Batman and Robin, they made other Crazy Foams. I think there were 35 or 40 of them in the series. And they all did the same thing, which is they gave off the look of being rabid. You'd push them on the head. And a lot of kids, fans of the show at the time would say, I wonder what it would look like if Burt Ward had rabies. He'd push him on the head, and then he'd foam at the mouth, just like Burt Ward would do if he ever contracted rabies.
Also like the newer look to these Justice League characters.
Yeah, that's the Justice League that ran just a few years ago, back when the Warner Brothers toys were popular. They're no longer around, but they put out a special set of those. And, yeah, they did a great job carving them. You can kind of tell the eras. It's really easy to pinpoint the 60s look of Batman as opposed to the 70s look of Batman as opposed to the 90s look. They're very individual. I mean, it's the same character, but it goes through a lot of different changes. Let me show you something else, too. Soakies, which were around, we go to Batman again. Soakies were around in the 60s. There was soap in them, bubble bath, and you would unscrew the head, and then the bubble bath would come out. And I'll never forget you one time, we were at a toy show, and they had the Beatles Soakies. And you said, I used to have one as a kid. Let's see how much they're worth. And you turned it over, and it was $340, the Ringo Starr, the hardest of them to get. You said you blew it up with an M80.
My brother did. He stuck the fireworks in Ringo's head and just boom, blew up. And then the body part's much harder to break. It took several explosions to deform him.
I'll show you the Marx Disneykins real quick.
Now, I remember that these were very special to you because you've been collecting these for a very long time. And we used to, every once in a while, I would go to some of these shows with you. Mm-hmm. And these were the things that you were specifically looking for.
Right now, there's some of these that are just out and out impossible to find. They were out in the mid-'60s, late '60s. The problem with them was, as Marx found out, they're so incredibly small. I mean, if you look at Jiminy Cricket or Tinkerbell, the kids were just eating them like candy, and you can't do that with plastic toys. So they had to eventually stop making them. But what went for at the time, 15 cents or 3 for a quarter, some of them are already worth about $300 each. So a smart investor would have bought them all up and just sat on them, but it's taken me years and years to get all of them in the set.
But now these the scenes that you were talking about, those came to you just recently, which was something you figured you'd probably never be able to acquire.
It's hard enough to get them loose. It's even harder to get them mint in the box, but to get any of what they call the play sets, the TV scenes, next to impossible. And then I just found a guy who bought up a bunch in 1970 in England. A warehouse went out of business, so he went and scooped them all up. And I just bought some pieces for him, including this big TV scenes display, which they had in toy stores in England back in 1970. I get a lot of them on eBay or different computer websites, and you won't believe who I have to bid against, who's like the big Disneykin collector.
Someone famous?
Somebody very famous.
Clooney?
It's not George Clooney. Or did you mean Rosemary Clooney or George?
No, George. I was talking about George.
No, it's neither of the Clooneys. No, it's Walter Koenig, who played Chekhov on Star Trek.
Yes.
Walter Koenig is the guy, anytime I bid on the good Disneykins, he's the guy I'm bidding against.
I don't know if you can see, but if you get really close, you can see like in the third row, behind Captain Hook, Gavin MacLeod.
Gavin MacLeod was a Disneykin.
Yeah.
Long before The Love Boat or even Mary Tyler Moore, he used to do what they call the shorts, the Disney shorts. That's where Mickey Mouse got his start. And Gavin was just a lovable character, starting to bald, not a lot of hair at the time, and he never really took off. And now as an actor, he's done well for himself. You're kind of sorry you're not at Gavin MacLeod's house, aren't you?
No, I'm going to go there after that. He's got even more toys than you do. He's going to show us all. Now, if you look over here, you'll see the Fred Grandy action figure.
Now, wait. It's funny you mentioned Gavin MacLeod. Come on over here. This is Gavin MacLeod. That's from the Love Boat series. That's Captain Merrill Steubing.
And for the record, I wasn't setting Bill up for this.
No, there was no setup.
I had no idea that there was a Gavin MacLeod action figure.
Let me show you something that I made that's kind of cool. As you can see, they do little scenes, various Simpsons scenes. They weren't going to make Moe's Bar because the company Playmates that makes it thought that's not a good toy for kids to be playing in a bar. So I made it, and it's right over here. And it's as close to the real bar on The Simpsons as it could possibly be. I did the same colors, the same look of the bar.
It's very cool.
That's back when Barney was drinking. He doesn't drink on the show anymore.
The Welcome Back Kotter action figures. These are 8-inch guys. Yeah. They've got Vinnie Barbarino, Arnold Horshack, Mr. Kotter, Juan Epstein, and Freddie Boom Boom Washington.
Right. The only thing that's different on the figures than on the real show, and you used to watch Welcome Back Kotter every Thursday, maybe you can tell me, did the guys used to wear the big patches that said Sweat Hogs? Because each of the 4 Sweat Hogs have a big black patch on them that says Sweat Hogs, and I don't remember ever seeing that.
We've talked about this before, remember? Like, I don't know if you have the Hulk action figure. Remember we saw those 8-inch Mego Hulk action figures?
Yeah, sure.
And for a while, Hulk had a van.
Yeah, the Hulk van.
Yeah, and it was his idea. Did he like go into the dealership and go, Hulk want own face on side of van, or Hulk smash? We'll throw it in free. We'll give you the extended warranty and the rust proofing and your own face on the side of the van.
Push puppets, because you'd push the bottom.
And they were jointed.
But to me, I don't know what disease it is, but it was like a bone degenerative disease where they'd be standing and excited, and then you press the bottom, and they would go, I've got no spinal structure, and they would just collapse.
The role of Dr. Octopus is now being played by Roy Orbison.
Now, see, you're great at trivia, so see if you can do this. These are the breakfast cereal friends from the 70s. Frankenberry, everyone knows. Count Chocula, everybody knows. Then you go Boo Berry. Now it starts to get a little difficult. Who's this guy?
Well, that would be Fruit Brute.
Fruit Brute. And who's the 5th one? This is next to impossible.
Pete Best.
Pete Best was never one of the... No.
He had his own cereal.
No,
yeah.
Pete Best did have his own cereal.
He did, yeah.
But it wasn't part of that set. That was from the flop set.
There was Yummy Mummy.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, Yummy Mummy. Very, very good.
I only said Pete Best so my brain could buy time to think of Yummy.
What did it taste like? Do you remember?
It was like, was it rainbows of fruit? Like
no,
it was
tasted
like gauze.
It was like gauze. It was like old bandages and gauze.
Oh, wait, I remember. It tasted like crap.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's it. Yes, it is. Because the toy that I wanted to end this piece with
has just been decapitated.
My most valuable piece, the very rare Lon Chaney.
Senior.
The cameraman just broke.
There's a lot of Lon Chaney Jr. ones, but this is a senior.
Senior one. This was what we call in the toy collecting business the holy grail piece for me. I had looked for this for years and years and finally found it in Vermont about a year ago, and the cameraman just knocked it over and broke it.
What do you think Lon Chaney Jr. would say if he saw that? Please, why did you decapitate my father?
He would say that, and I think he did say that more than
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor. I'm not here. Neither of us are here to badmouth Lon Chaney.
Well, this is important, Bill. How can people come here and see your toys that we've seen? How do people get here, and how do they get to see them?
You mean to come to my house?
Well, yeah. Like, how would they get here, and you know?
Oh, all right. If you're in the area and you want to come by and see the toys, we're open Monday through Friday, noon to 6. We're on Gulf Road, right where the old Fisherman's Dude Ranch used to be. Just come, park in the parking lot. It still says Fisherman's Dude Ranch. Go way around the back, and then it'll say Bill's Toys. You just come right on in.
Are you
the back door unlocked?
Are you still open 363 days a year?
No, because there was some trouble with zoning. So Monday through Friday, unfortunately. I liked it the old way.
Yeah, I liked it when you were only closed those 2 days.
Santa's, well, we did it both Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that was great.
Thanks for coming, Mike, and most importantly, thanks for not stealing anything.
You're welcome.
This has been a presentation of Old Pie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?
Thanks for watching. This has been another fabulous episode of Nude Hippo, your Chicago show remix.
Happy 20th anniversary, Nude Hippo! That's right, I was a Nude Hippo-er too. I don't know if that's how you say it, but Tony, thank you for the opportunities early on. Look where it led me, right here to Good Morning America. Happy 20th.